What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcastle for the next episode of Neo Scavenger, in which we will skip merrily through the apocalyptic wasteland. Today, what I wanted to do before, I want to do like a little preface right here. So before we start this episode off, I wanted to let you guys know my knowledge is going to, every couple days, like basically every 5 episodes, my knowledge is going to be like, if you wanted to graph it, it would be like stairs. Because I'm playing this game a lot on the side, but I record in batches, so I only record the game maybe like once a week. And so it's been about a week and a half since the last time I recorded the game, and in fact I think my last batch of recordings was on like maybe the 21st, and now it is the 28th when I'm recording this. So my knowledge has obviously gone up quite a bit. I've been playing this game a lot. I've been streaming it every single stream. In between streams I've been playing it on my laptop while I've just been hanging out. And so I don't really recall exactly what we were doing in this playthrough. My best guess from looking at my inventory and trying to figure it all out is that we were by and large just out scavenging and trying to find stuff so that we could sell it in Detroit for money. There's another location I'd love to go to in this playthrough. It's going to be up to the north, and it's called the ACL, I don't know. It's like this, it's the Anishinaabe, I think is how you say it, the Anishinaabe, there we go, the Anishinaabe tribe. That's what we need to do. So there's a tribe of people up to the northwest, I suppose, and it's really, really nice to scavenge around them. They've got some good gear, and so obviously there's a lot of things that we need to get done in this episode. So we have hacking. Ooh, good. We have the same skill set that I've been playing my stream with, so that's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Over here at this location, I've noted that there's a lot of stuff here, and a lot of it is not going to be incredibly useful to us. I was looking at some of these things. I mean, the ice lab, if we're trying to make money, obviously that's probably a really, really good call. The cell phone, I'm not really sure how to hack cell phones, and I'm not really sure how to hack computers, but I would love to do it, especially since there's a storyline quest that requires you to do it. I noted that we're actually using a lot of, let's see here. We have a lot of tinfoil. That's good, because we're going to need that in the future. That's going to become important later on. I think we need like 20 tinfoil for the thing we're going to have to do later, but we'll figure it out. I'm actually just sort of trying to like sort this out and see what's here before we take it all. I think that I should probably... There's a lot of supplementary items right here. The other thing that I'd like to head in on is making some tannin tea, just in case we get ourselves into trouble with like our infections or anything like that. Oh good, there's a PW-Tronics digital water tester. Okay, so that's fine. I think I struggled with how to use that in one of the previous episodes. I know how to use it now. Somebody in the stream kind of showed me how to do it, and it makes more sense now. Definitely not a super useful item, but a super valuable item. If you can find one that's in 100% condition, it's worth upwards of $50, and it takes up like no inventory space, and so you can actually make a lot of money with that. What we need to do right now, I suppose, is put together some kind of receptacle to hold our stuff. So that's where I'm going to start today. I'm going to put this bag on my back real fast while I put that backpack down on the ground. What we're going to do here is I'm actually going to take, these are worth $5 a pop, and so honestly you can just grab those, and that's $15 right there worth a tiny scrap that we can just bring along with us. Because we have 17 medium lengths of string, we're not really going to have to worry about smaller string. We can break this down to get smaller string when we need it, and when we don't need it we can leave it in medium form. So it's fine the way it is. I don't think we really need to move it around at all. We've got a shoe sole. We've got a number of things over here. I think that was my old hoodie right there. I distinctly remember joking around and putting a wheel in my hoodie before we went and did anything else, and you'll forgive me. My microphone feels as though it's in a very, very weird spot. So if you hear any weird rumbling, it's not the world ending. It's just me moving the mic around. Nothing terrible is going to happen. So now that we've got that in there, I'm a little bit... I guess I'll bring that along. In order to make tannin tea, I don't exactly remember the recipe. I made a whole bunch of it last night in the stream because people wanted me to. They seem to think it was like the best thing since sliced bread, and it is, in fact. It's a very, very good item, and it allows you to recover from sicknesses and things a little bit easier. We've got a really good inventory going right now. I'm excited about this. I actually think we're in a strong spot. I kind of want to gut the batteries out of that for the flashlight, though. Is the flashlight going to work, or are the batteries dead? Okay, so the batteries are completely and totally dead. I know how we can fix that, though, too. We got to go back to Detroit, and there's like a little chargy thing on the ground, and then you can extract charges from it, you know, bzzz, and pull your electro and just control that shit. So anyways, I'm going to throw my backpack back on. We've got that all nice and done. The plastic trash bag is back up in my inventory. Don't think there's any real reason to bring that. Why am I carrying this around? The patchwork hide tunic? I don't need that. I know how to make the patchwork hide tunic. Let's go over here. Basically, you need a lot of everything. That's how you make the patchwork hide tunic. There, we got that fit in right there. Next slab can go right there. God, we are about to make a fat stack of cash in this playthrough. If we get very, very lucky, nothing terrible will happen to us on the way back. I don't know. I've been streaming this game. I've probably streamed this game every stream for like the last week and a half now. And honestly, I never get attached to characters in this game because you can have like a near perfect run going and then something just goes like drastically wrong. Like the other day, I have no idea. We actually had a run end in my stream playthrough where our character just became poisoned and nobody in the chat had any idea how it happened. Like I didn't know how it happened. We basically started playing. I was like, welcome to the stream. And then I looked at our inventory and we were poisoned as we were walking around. And I was like, oh, that's not good. And I just spent a bunch of money getting my blood tested at the medical facility as well. So kind of a rough situation to be in. We got an 85% trash bag right there. All right. He's 85% trash bag. He's 15% garbage bag. It's a family thing. It's a lineage thing. I mean, you know, mother was a trash bag, father was a grocery bag. Just sort of depends. Once you mix those things together, you got love, love, trash bag love. Okay, let's go. How far away is Detroit right now? Oh man, we're way out here. Oh dude, that's gonna take forever. Oh no. We're actually closer to the Gyges Cryo facility than anything else. But it looks like we might... I'm going to try for the Anishinaabe. The Anishinaabe are going to be much, much easier to reach in this situation. We're a little bit thirsty. The player is starting to sweat. Oh, that's unfortunate. Go ahead and take off some of our clothing then. I mean, we can take off... this right here, we kind of want to keep that on just in case. But maybe take off... No, I need that. The Dogman fur coat can stay... Take off the shirt, just put on the Dogman fur over the top of that, and then what we'll do is we'll store this stuff for later right here, and that should help us get some of this taken care of, unless there's anything wrong with us. But you want to keep an eye on this over here. Anytime you have something red pop up in the bottom down here, just kind of like keep an eye out and hope that it doesn't like end up getting you murdered. Probably going to scavenge for some food while we're out and about, because I feel like that's a decent plan. And if we hold down the 2 key, we can do this right here. And just nom our way through that pile, and that's going to save us from having to stop and use our water, which is actually also a big deal. I also know another trick. So if you want to know whether water is purified or not, and it's in a bottle, look at the value. It'll be worth $11 if the water inside of it has been sanitized. It'll be worth, you know, a lot less if it hasn't been. Oh, there's a bunch of berries right there too. Well, hell, I'm going to eat those. All right. So we got enough food laying around. Lots of lighters. This is a good playthrough right here. I'm pretty stoked about this. Let's go ahead and I'm going to throw some of this water in here. You see what I mean? It'll be worth $1.50. It's not purified. You can actually make a lot of money as a water trader. You can also do it with tannin tea. You can make quite a bit of money. Quite a get of money. And I was going to do my orc voice because I said get on accident, but you know what? I'm going to walk away from it for right now. Oh, you space marines. Getting all crazy in there. I go out of practice with it too. That's one of the things I've noticed about a lot of my goofy voices. If I don't practice them for a little while, my tongue, essentially the muscle memory, I forget how to do it. It's a very, very weird, like, performance type. Oh, shnikes. Nope. Not doing that. Absolutely not. If that Wolfman comes after us, I'm going to be very, very upset with the universe. A pro tip for long-term survivability in this game, don't fight Wolfmen until you have really, really good gear. If you have really, really good gear, feel free. Fight Wolfmen to your little or huge heart's content. I always say to your little heart's content, but what if somebody's got like a really, really big heart? I feel like that should be noted as well, and I should bring them into the fold. Now, the Anishinaabe tribe is up here somewhere. Whereabouts is going to be a little bit more difficult to verify. How many tarps do I have right now? None. Okay, so we can remedy that, though. How good is our sack at the moment? 75%, that's some pretty good sack right there. Some pretty good sack right there. What I'm going to do, we're actually going to take this bag and break it back down. Can I reverse it? Maybe if I have a multi-tool? I was hoping I could reverse this. Oh, it won't let me reverse it. Okay, I was trying to get my tarp back, but never mind. I don't know anything about anything. I guess not. What I do need to do is I'm going to use that real fast. I'm going to take some of these twigs and handfuls of bark and stuff. We're going to save that for tannin tea later on. Now, the Anishinaabe tribe should be up here somewhere. And let me have a look at my reference space. Yeah, they should be up here in the north somewhere. And it just sort of depends if you can find them. That's going to be the big issue, is that you can get... So, for example, there are people from the Anishinaabe tribe walking around on the map. They look scary and they have trench coats on, but they're actually friendly. You can talk to them. And once you talk to them, they'll note its location on your map, and I don't think I've ever found the Anishinaabe tribe blind, so this might get a little bit weird. However, let's go ahead and make ourselves a campsite, and I think we're going to sleep for the night. Our thirst is looking a little bit low, which is a tad depressing, but I think we'll probably be able to make it till morning. Oh, really? You can turn a sleeping bag into a makeshift sack? Oh, you can. See, I had heard people complaining about that. When I was in the stream, people were like, I wish that you could turn the sleeping bag into a storage receptacle. And everybody's like, no, you can't do that. That can't be done. That's not right. And then it turns out you actually can, weirdly enough. I should probably put down my noise trap as well. As I recall, I have a noise trap, right? I must have left it on the ground. It's okay, I can make another one. It is not a difficult construction to make. I figure we're not going to be boiling water for right now. We can break this down. I need like that right there, and then I think you need... Nope, not that. I think you need either big string or little string in order to make this work. There it is. So there's our makeshift noise trap, and we can break that down in the morning so that it doesn't become kind of cumbersome. And that's going to make sure that we wake up just in case... Wait a minute, there's a bungalow over here? Why am I sleeping in a forest then? Hold on, go to the bungalow. Yeah, the bungalow. A proctologist lives here. Lots of bungs involved. Although I found out after playing, we were approached in our sleep. We were woken up. Let's go ahead and get up real fast. And I'm going to eyeball it. It looks like it was nothing. It might have been just somebody wandering through. But I swear, every time that happens in this game, I've been killed in my sleep a couple times, and it makes me very, very nervous about my long-term survivability. And you'll forgive me, I'm on turn. I don't know if that's going to pop in on the... I always say that. But I think it's actually displayed by my monitor, so it shouldn't come in through fraps. But anyways... Let's continue getting our slip on. The player is thirsty. Yep, dehydrated in the rain. I don't know, open your mouth and look up, man. It'll probably be fine. I'm like, whoa, this date just took a turn. Got some edible berries right there. Sure. I'll eat those in order to keep us nice and taken care of. We can scavenge this spot, too, although in the dark it's going to be very, very difficult. There's a miso pretty flirp right there, just in case you want one. And... I don't know if I should. I mean, I guess I could make use of my time right now. Oh, wow, there's shacks in the forest, too. Okay, so I don't want to loot those. Those will be more valuable later if I just leave them alone. I wanted to scavenge the forest. So what I will instead do is... Where's our sleep option? I guess we're too well rested. It's not going to let us. Alright, well, I suppose I can walk around in the dark. Our flashlight is not charged, which would be another reason why I would actually prefer to go back to Detroit, just in case, so that we could recharge that. The flashlight is actually a really, really good tool for making sure that... Are those going to go on the ground? That's what I figured was going to happen. So I also wanted to talk about the differences while we were hanging out here. I wanted to talk about the differences that you're going to run into between the soup can and the pot for boiling water. The pot can actually boil more for less actions, whereas the can is smaller and more compact, but you don't get as much mileage out of it. So it all sort of depends what you're looking for. Throw that in there real fast. I don't think I need the little string or anything. Let's keep riding. And by riding, I mean let's keep walking. I don't have any light sources at the moment. The Anishinaabe tribe could be around here just about anywhere. The player is feeling weak. Why am I... Oh, because I'm burdened. Let's see here. We're unable to run. We're dizzy. We're thirsty. Okay, well, I can fix that. I can fix that. Let's go ahead and let's get you all nice and slaked. Yeah, go slake yourself. There you go. Doesn't that sound like... It sounds offensive. Every time I'm like, go slake yourself. I always feel like it's an offensive thing to say. It sounds offensive to me. I could probably fit this boot in the cart, too. I don't know if that helps my burden at all, but... We are carrying around a lot of bullshit right now. Like, seriously, we have an insane amount of stuff on us. And I kind of need to get rid of some of it so that we can make some money. What's causing us this discomfort? I think it might be just the sheer amount of water and other random stuff that we're carrying around with us. I think we'll be fine. We just kind of got to, like, find the Anishinaabe tribe sooner rather than later. Hopefully we won't die or anything, too. So let me take a look here. It's up here. I think it's probably to the east a little more. I don't know. I've only been there a couple times, and honestly I've never found it without it being marked on my map by one of their tribal members. So where did that put me? Right there. They use their member to write. It's actually it's a weird tradition that they carry on. You'll probably want to throw the pencil out after that. You know, you might want to wear your latex gloves after you read the page. It's got like a hamburgery smell. They don't bathe very often, you know. Members writing with their members, it's a very, very common practice among their people, but bathing is not, unfortunately. I'm trying to be on hilltops right now. We're full up, so I'll scavenge these locations later. I'm actually leaving them for right now. so that they don't actually... What happens is essentially if I go through right here and I start digging around up to my elbows in loot, I'll just leave it there. And then by the time we come back, chances are some lovely little AI will have come back and looted it all. So you just kind of got to watch out for it. This episode may be a little bit... If I don't find them in this episode, what I'll do is I'll kind of just like skip out in between episodes and look it up on a map real fast so that we can get there in the next episode. But this is like an important part of the journey that we really need to accomplish. There's a water source over there. We're a little bit thirsty again, unfortunately. Let me drink some water. I'm even more paranoid about drinking my water right now because in our last stream I was killed by drinking bad water. It sucked. Alright, that should also help out with our burden, make us a little bit lighter and easier to travel because we are carrying around a lot of water right now. It might be these little metal parts, to be honest. How much do the metal parts weigh? Oh, it's only 3.1. It's not that bad, actually. I'm not sure what's causing us this discomfort. There's got to be something weighty in here that's causing all this to be a problem, but frankly, I'd rather just spend my time looking for the Anishinaabe rather than staring at random loot menus. I'll probably try and... Oh, and there's a blue frog cultist. I'll probably try and scavenge up some food right now before we go to bed, just to get ourselves squared away. So there's 3 of those. There's an edible cap right there. 5 edible caps right there. I'll probably grab some of that to refill our containers so that once we get to a forest or something, I can go through and purify all of our water. Oh, he wants to fight. He's got a spear too, unfortunately. And he stabbed us. Oh man, we were blind too. We may actually lose this right here. It looks like he lost his range. Let's go ahead, and I'm actually going to have to fight him. I hope that we don't have... We're coughing blood. We're probably dead to begin with, unfortunately. Let's see here. Lacerated blue frog cultist's head with a broad spear stab. I think he got us in our torso. Let me take a look here. Actually, it doesn't say because we were attacked while we were chilling. So, oh, he's on the ground right now. You should always kick when they're on the ground. It'll keep them from getting up off the ground. You can basically just like chain kick them to death if you get really lucky about it. I'm going to have to take a look at our body right now. Yeah, he's in severe pain and having trouble concentrating, but he's back up and on his feet. We should be able to kill him pretty shortly, though. We scratched him with a spear stab, and player is bleeding. My head was pelted from something. What did he pelt me with? Oh, he headbutted me? Jesus. Alright, so he's going down, but he got me with a headbutt, unfortunately. So this is probably going to be like one of those occasions where he snuck up on me, unfortunately. Let's make sure. Do we have internal bleeding? No, we just have bleeding. Okay, so we might... coughing blood. I don't know. This might not be going as well as I think it is, but... we might be toast. I don't know. It'll depend. Let me take a look at my medical... Oh, wow, we have a gash. Okay, so we have a severe cut right there. Get my vehicle. We need to, like, handle this right now. So we've got the clean rags. What we need to do... We've got the wuske. Let me see. Am I on the right menu right now? How come that's not working the way that I want it to? Do I have to take it out? Let me take it out. There we go. Okay, so we're going to purify that big wound. Those are only minor cuts. Rather be safe than sorry. I probably won't purify the other one. I mean, I don't know. We got that big cut right there on our chest, though. So let's go ahead and get that band-aided up. My guess is that this is going to come down to a test to see whether or not we can keep cleaning the band-aids out of it. And so basically what it's going to do is every little bit it's going to be like, hey, you got to change the bandages, and if we can't keep up with it, we might get ourselves into trouble. I would recommend you take the Blue Frog Sash. If you put it on your character, it makes it so these guys won't attack you anymore, and they can be actually pretty dangerous depending. We've got some Pharmacon Losapine. I don't know what Losapine is. I don't know the pharmacology on that item, so unfortunately, we may just have to go with it. However, I do know that I want this shoe, so let's throw that in there. That's worth a little bit of money. The scrap of tinfoil is also going to be useful because we need like 20 of them for later on. You will see why in a few episodes. I'm hoping we don't die here. That's all that I really care about at the moment, is I'm trying to keep myself alive, but I don't think we have internal bleeding, so we might be okay here. As a poisonous death cap, I wish you could poison your your spear with the death cap if you had the right skills, and you might be able to. Is his spear better than mine at this point? His broad spear is. So let's take his. There we go. So we've got his broad spear. That actually got a little bit sketchy for us right there. I am not so positive that... Oh, good, there's a dog. Hopefully... Usually dogs won't mess with you if you're doing okay, but... What we should probably do now... We're still coughing blood. I'm hoping that's just from... We don't have any head injuries aside from that one, though, so I'm a little bit worried about it. We're just going to have to keep ourselves taken care of. That's it. Like, that's pretty much all I can do. For right now, let me take a look at the map and figure out where we are. I might have to go up even further north. I don't know. I suppose that for right now what we'll try and do is let's just deal with the situation at hand first, because if we start dealing with things along the periphery of our survival at this point, I think that'll probably be an unfortunate way to get ourselves killed. For right now, what we need to do is just rest, relax, make sure that we're going to be alright, because we took some fairly considerable damage right there in that last fight, and normally that would have been fatal. I was worried that what happened is because I couldn't see the combat log, I thought we had been stabbed in the abdomen, and if that was the case, you're just going to bleed out and die eventually anyways because you've been hit low. We've got thyroxine, but the orange pills in there... the bottle is a sleeping pill. Thyroxine is a sleeping pill as far as I know. At least I've seen that bottle right there when I have medic, and it's called... I recognize it from one of my other playthroughs. This right here I don't recognize. It might be... Losapine. It might be... I don't think it's a benzodiazepine. I don't know. I don't know if it's a benzo or what it is. I'm not really sure, and I wouldn't recommend taking it. So let's go ahead and throw that in there. I'm just going to rest for right now. I don't even know if I should make the camp. Let's just go for it. We should get better, I think. So something approached us while we slept, but it left us alone. We're looking well rested right now. Our pain has actually gone up by quite a bit. Are our bandages still holding out? Oh, good. Okay, so how are we doing up here? It's still a moderate cut, but that's okay. We're actually healing very, very quickly. This is one of the benefits and one of the reasons why I almost always take fast metabolism, because when you take serious damage like that, if you have fast metabolism, you will heal very, very quickly, and you won't have to worry about it for long periods of time. That's a pretty major leg up. Now, for example, if I hadn't taken trapping... Okay, so the rags have fallen apart. Was it the one on my face? Which rag fell apart? I thought I only had these 3, but maybe I wasn't paying attention very well. Alright, well, we're still looking good right now. I mean, we're walking around in the dark with nothing good happening. I wish we had a flashlight or a torch. We could actually make a torch. I suppose that would make our life a little bit easier. This dude right here has shoes. Probably not going to murder him for right now, though. Although what I do need to do is let's get our water supply scored up. I think that if I can get my water supply nice and lined up, we'll be in a better state. Yeah, because our player's thirsty right now. Let me find some more water here. That's just whiskey. That's just normal water. That one is good, though. And then in this location, we can eat these edible berries right here. There. And now we'll use that. Essentially what I would prefer, though, is I need to empty that out. I'd like to have 2 stacks in each water bottle. And so we'll fill up all of our water bottles. Is that all that I have right now? We all full up? Okay. I was hoping we would find the Anishinaabe tribe by right now, but unfortunately, my navigational skills in this game are subpar to say the least, so... Let me scavenge this location for anything else that we can get out of it. We've got to be a little bit closer to civilization because you saw that forest had very, very few things for us to eat. We've got to be at least a little bit closer. Because when you're around a city where a bunch of people live, the forests and the loot start to get a little bit thinner. So we might be able to find something here. As you make your way down Old Seven Gables Road, you feel a growing sense of unease. There's an unnatural silence here, except for the whispering of air moving through branches bare of all but a few dead leaves. Your footsteps are impossibly loud on the waterlogged bed of reeds and leaves, announcing your presence. Ahead, you can see the silhouette of a house. Dark, lonely, and in disrepair, the old split level looks like it may have been a home for a family once, judging by the rusty swing set. As you approach the house, you realize the place has been barricaded from the inside. Someone has hastily nailed boards across the windows on both floors, and stacked heavy objects are visible through the broken doors. Someone was afraid of something, either inside or outside that house. Not knowing which it was the case only makes you more uneasy. Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm not going in here. Forget that noise. Does it mark it on my map? It does not. I've never even seen that event before, so I'm not really sure how that's going to play out. I'm hoping it's something that's inside, not something that's outside. So if I go back over here... Okay, so yeah, it's still there. Alright. Well, I don't know where Seven Gables Road is, but I'll have to figure that out. We'll go down, I'll check a map in between episodes. It's really my only shot at this point. But let's get some food taken care of, and the final thing we're going to do right here is just purify a bunch of water. So what I may do, in fact, is since that's kind of like boring and I don't think anybody wants to see it, I'll break the episode off right here. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerdcast for the next episode of Neo Scavenger. I will see you in the next episode. Take care out there, everybody, and hi-do.